Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Chris, and today I'm guest hosting. And today I am joined by Mike, Matt, and Jacob.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
Mike speaks too damn much. I'm gonna get me this man some pistachios. So every time he says hi, he just shoves a handful in his mouth and he can't speak.
Sorry.
Fucking with you anyway.
Hey everybody!
Cleveland!
Guess what? Party over here!
And we're about everything.
Oh no!
Apparently not
Peter,
anymore.
sit that
Are we a
right down.
podcast that features only best friends and whoever hosts has the power to choose the topic of choice? Fuck, I'm glad I didn't do the intro because I fucked that up. Yeah.
All right.
It's been a very long Friday.
Yes, it has. Very frantic.
Yes, and before we get into the topic, how are you guys doing?
Who wants to go first?
I'm fat, but I'm pretty good.
Let's see. I was with my net. I was there. I can't talk. I was with my niece.
Hey Mike,
for a whole
can you
week.
do me a
I wasn't
favor real
With your
quick?
net?
Huh?
Can you do me a favor real quick? Take
What's
the
up?
dick and pull it out of your mouth.
Okay. So I was visiting with my niece all weekend. And so that was really nice. And I've been super busy at work and I've been super busy at home doing a bunch of yard work and stuff. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it tonight just because of all the work. But I was able to make it. And I am hyped for this one. So
this topic's gonna be a good one. Very good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like Jacob's hype too. How are you?
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah!
There it is. That's what I was waiting for.
We're excited. Isn't this great, guys?
What you gonna do, brother, when we're about everything gets their arms around you?
Aren't we so professional? Aren't we so consistent and smooth?
What?
We stopped being
I am.
professional the first time I hosted, and yeah, it was professional up to that point.
Total pros here, everybody.
We're total pros, man.
Don't try this at home. We're professionals.
I think the only pros here is they can listen to us
Professional
banter about
asshole.
dumb shit for 2 hours.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, so today's topic is going to be AI generated art. And before we get into that, what forms of art do you guys consider your favorites to work with?
I prefer postmodern French core art. I'm actually full of shit.
Shut the fuck up.
I haven't drawn anything in like 3 years. So.
Post French art.
Yeah, try.
Oh, I'm so sophisticated.
Stop it.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, try set,
I'm gonna go play roulette. No.
Oh, I'm going to take this paintbrush and I'm going to smack it against a piece of paper and sell it for $1 trillion.
You know, that's not a bad idea, Mike. You want to switch lifestyles?
You probes.
But me,
Okay. Go ahead, Matt.
oh, Matt goes. Oops.
Like it's hard because no, like
That's what she said.
Man, this is.
I want to turn into a fucking raccoon by the end of this episode. Just go You guys go ahead.
Okay.
I'll be
All
here when I'm
seriousness,
ready.
all right, Mike, you go.
Okay, so there's all kinds of art, right? Like I was in art class, and Matt was in art class at one point, and we learned that there's all kinds of ways of doing art. Some ways I disagree with, such as using dots, but that's a whole nother story. But I just started off as like just normal hand drawing with a number 2 pencil. Hate me if you want. And I did that since like 3rd grade. I don't really draw as much anymore nowadays, especially mostly on paper, just because I got like hand problems. I moved on to drawing digitally, and what a blessing because it's far easier on me. Now I will say that I didn't just traditionally draw on white paper. I also drew on like black paper, and that was my favorite for like a long time. I wouldn't say that I have a favorite specific kind of art because I wouldn't really know what to call the kind of stuff that I draw. So, yeah.
All right. And, Jacob.
I like scenery art, you know, kind of like landscapes or like buildings,
Hey, Jacob.
something like that.
Who's your favorite artist, Bob
Yeah.
Ross?
No, not really.
Mike,
I do.
heretic.
I'm also-
burn
I'm
him.
also-
I do
I'm
like
also like those deviant art weirdos.
Yeah. Okay. Who doesn't like a good DeviantArt weirdo? Let's be honest here when it comes to art.
but there is a lot of good art in on Deviant though. I've seen really good.
Yeah,
art.
see, there's some crazy things on DeviantArt.
You don't need to tell me.
You guys speak. I have to reattach my microphone apparently to its stand. What the fuck?
What happened?
Okay, Chris, what's your favorite kind of art?
Well, I used to be into hand drawn. Like I started off with crayons, like every kid, and then I started doing pencil art in 7th. So I haven't done any hand drawn art in the last 7 years, and but also since 2013, I've been doing digital artwork, and I also love writing. That's another form of art in itself. But so these days it's just digital art and writing for me.
Cool.
Crisis averted. I fixed it.
Alrighty.
I would say I also like flash art.
Mhm.
The only
You
thing
know?
that I
Yeah.
hate about Flash art is it's no longer supported. Like, simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still good to look up, look upon it. You know.
Right. When you actually have access to it, it's great.
Now, when you guys say flash art, I hope I don't sound stupid, but are you talking like pixel art?
No, Flash animation, like back in the old
Okay.
days of the interwebs.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure because that's what came to mind. So I was like, uh-oh.
Like some hand drawn shows actually switched to flash animation for some of their final seasons. Kind of like Arthur for like instance, like when the 16th season came out, they switched to a flashed animation, and it does look cleaner, but I kind of miss the hand drawn type aspect because it also has like the white outlook, kind of like it's being drawn as the scene is going.
Right.
But then there's the flash animation, and they got rid of that kind of scenery.
Now, I will say that we did a whole episode on like different styles of animation. If you are interested in that, I would definitely go to the link in the description or just subscribe and just watch all of our podcasts, and eventually you'll run into it. And
Yeah, once you get through some
Yeah.
of the more whacked out episodes, like favorite crushes and
our
Mike
most
and,
popular episode.
Mike and mine's 2-hour rant of God of War Ragnarok.
Oh yeah.
Duke of Death and His Maid season 1 review.
We're months away from season 2.
We're About Everything is truly a variety show.
Yes, it is.
It's also
Sometimes
a
we're
shit
good,
show.
and sometimes we suck.
It's a variety
And also
show.
one of our best episodes to date, featuring the one and only QKG. That was great.
Mhm,
I'm ready
mhm,
for the sequel. I want the sequel. I want someone fund it.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Speaking of sequel,
Patreon that we don't have.
Don't make me.
Chris, you're in charge of the Patreon.
Behind the scenes commentary of movies Mike doesn't like. boop.
And so like when it comes to art, a lot of people might be shocked about this, especially if you know me personally, is like I am an artist, but my knowledge on art is actually fucking garbage. Like I only just learn how to draw things, but I never took my time to learn like the names of different styles and like, you know, check out different artists and stuff. I never really did that kind of thing because I always got into art. This is gonna sound kind of selfish, I think, but I got into art more so for myself to do my stuff, right? So and so like I'm an artist in a way where I draw by hand, but I also do a lot of digital stuff and like making logos and all kinds of stuff like that.
I
So
mean, I don't think we talked about Mike literally made every asset for this podcast.
yeah. And
even the stuff before we became weird about everything.
yeah. Yep, that's right. So I would say that when it comes, I have to say that I'm not as passionate about art anymore like I used to be because Matt, you recall, like I used to draw all the fucking time, all the time. And I just came to not love it anymore as much, especially after an incident I went through. And so what I did was that I took my talent, quote unquote, and I kind of applied it into other areas. Even like my video editing, I would say I used my artistic skills, quote unquote, to make like special effects and backgrounds and, you know, my YouTube channel logo transitions and, you know, and just stuff like that.
You know,
So-
I've always wanted to ask this question to you, Mike.
Go
What is
on.
editing?
Editing.
Didn't we already have an episode about that?
No.
No, that was the struggles of video making.
Yeah, and even then, that was kind of more of a me and Mike just shooting the shit the entire time.
But I don't have the definition, but you know what it is. You know what it is. Even if you don't know what it is, you know what it is because
If you
even
don't know what it
how
is,
to
you know what it
explain
is. If you know what it is,
you
you don't know what it
know
is.
what it is. And there's all kinds of different kinds of editing. It doesn't even have to be video related. It could be pictures and editing other things and such. And that's just what it is. So
Me putting Mike's head on a donkey for a Photoshop contest.
there you go. That's a form of editing. So bam! I scold you, bitches.
Actually, that's called graphic design. You fool.
It's
I just went straight up gangsta on y'all little asses.
I schooled you with disinformation. Bam!
Bam, bitch.
Okay. All right. And so, bringing this back to the topic at hand, I was actually inspired to do this based on a conversation I had with a cousin of mine back in January. So, to give some context, we were at a family gathering at one of my uncle's houses, and this cousin of mine, she's an art teacher in Colorado, and I asked her what her thoughts were on AI generated artwork, and just based on reaction alone, it'd be like it's just a very questionable and she's not the only person who feels that way. There's people who are playing the hell out of it. There's a lot of people who don't really like it because they see it as just a cheap imitation, like just a corporate legalized art theft because it takes prompts and just data sets from existing work out there. But I do want to ask, what do you guys think of AI art?
So this AI art thing was actually more so recently brought to my attention through a video. I was watching a lot of this guy's like, you know, really weird art, like character combinations and stuff, and just for fun. And I ran into this video. I'm sending a link to you guys. His name's Jazza.
First off, I'm going to interrupt. I fucking love this man, no matter what he does.
Yeah. I love his stuff. It's a lot of fun. But this video was really interesting to me. He was sitting down with this guy who made this program essentially with like a team, and it basically takes this like lesser good art, and it can transform it into like kind of God mode. But here's the thing: it's not perfect, of course. But my biggest thing is it is really cool, and it is cool to see what we can accomplish using artificial intelligence and computers. I think it is interesting, but my big beef is like when this gets good enough to the point where you can't even detect that it's artificial intelligence. How do you know if somebody fucking drew something, right? And it also doesn't help people later on in the future who are trying to be artists, and then all of a sudden they got people questioning them. You didn't use an artificial intelligence, did you? Like, oh, this guy so did, and all that shit. And me personally, again, I think it's cool, but I'm kind of against it just because, I think it makes it harder for actual artists. Now, I will say that I can understand if someone is not an artist and they can't afford to hire an artist and they have ideas and they just kind of want to see their pictures come to life in a better way, right? And so they have to use an AI to see if their vision actually looks good in reality, right? Like I can understand that, but yeah, for me, I'm just not for it personally. I'm just not for it.
This is where I go and actually agree with Mike for once.
Hey, we actually agree.
Like, the way I see it is, there's a little twist to mine. Like, I would honestly use AI for art just to get the image, get the thought, get there, take that and fucking morph it into what I want on my end.
You know what? It's really weird you say that, and because
you did it yourself, didn't you?
Look, yeah. So the thing I do sometimes if I'm in a hurry is basically I will see an image online and I'll get ideas from it. And so if I just want to draw something really, really quick and I don't want to take the time and make the pose and everything, I will draw over that picture. And now here's the thing is I'm admitting that I'm doing this shit. I'm not saying like, this is mine. Oh yeah, look at that shit. Oh yeah, give me all that shit. It's not like that for me. The Gearwolf picture, I just took a picture of a werewolf from Warcraft, and I basically drew over that. I wanted to get a really good sense and idea of basically what Gearwolf was going to look like. Now later, I am going to do a full-on from scratch picture of Gearwolf. I am totally going to do that. But sometimes I just need to do something really quick, and I got to do that. I've done that quite a few times actually. It's just to get something done real quick. But I would totally understand if someone shit on me for that, and I honestly wouldn't blame them. I'm just trying to get things according to my vision, on screen or on paper, and be like, okay, maybe this isn't as good as I thought, or maybe I got to make changes to this and so on. So, yeah, I've done that before. It's interesting in that you say that. So I thought I'd bring that up.
Yeah, my thought is that like if you want to use it, that's fine, but you don't want to like make that the primary tool for the artwork.
Yeah.
Like for example, like for the characters that I design, I use a program called Hero Machine 3, and like you and Mike, you've definitely seen several of my pieces from that program, and like those are not like those are all had to be like manually chosen and colored and all that. I just had the idea, and that's like a good way for someone who can't draw or anything like that, or as a way to like kind of like get ideas out, but you have to like work at it with that program. Like you don't just put in a prompt and it'll auto generate it for you, because you never want to like use that kind of technology as a substitute for learning to do the craft, like whether it's drawing or writing, and I imagine if you were like an art teacher, like my cousin is, like I don't know if she would accept AI generated work like from a student, like, as I feel like she'd probably want the student to like work at the assignment just so that they like learn how to practice whatever the style it is, like whether they're drawing by pencil or by paintbrush or anything else they prefer to use.
And so Chris, here's how I see this. And so the stuff that you make, I think it's cool as hell. You didn't draw it, but you of course put the work into it. I will say there is one thing about this video in particular and this program that I think is interesting. You have to put some kind of effort to a degree. I mean, if you look at the thumbnail, for instance, you'll see on the left, and that it's not the best picture, but it's decent, kind of, And so I would imagine that, some kind of effort and idea has to be put there first, and then the AI just does the rest for them, And look, if you're doing that for fun, that's fine. But I wouldn't post it as like, I drew this. This is my art, right? And that's how I personally see that, So it's kind of like if I did a shit drawing of Armus, okay, and I went on this program and I was like, auto generate, and it like drew the rest, and I'm like, this is my character and this is my concept art. But here's the thing, I made a mistake there because I would say that's my concept art without admitting and that I had used a program to enhance the art that I had originally created, right? So again, like it's kind of weird because it's like you kind of did it, but you also kind of didn't do it. That's kind of the weird like area. It's like a really weird gray toxic debatable area, I would say.
Yeah, and I've seen some ARs where they try to like mix that with like other media of theirs that they made themselves. Like they either hand draw it beforehand or they like use some 3D modeling software and then they put an AI filter over it. Like, I mean, sometimes you kind of have to like look close just to tell like whether it's actually human made or AI made. Like, and for the most part, like you can still tell that because like the AI you just tell that something looks off about it, like whether it's just like the proportions of a character or like some part of a character's anatomy that's like either missing or warped, looking like you can tell that a human didn't make that.
So I'm going to show you guys something here. And I had actually put this through an AI art generator. I wanted to see what it would do to this picture of Armus. It didn't do much, but you can tell by looking at Ghost, there's some fucked up stuff going on there. You kind of look at his tail, the swirls are fucked up, and just some of the, like softer looking details. It's kind of like this weird, ugly blend. And so, there is imperfections, but you got to keep in mind, like, this was just an app that I had used, right? And basically, it also forces you to like type in details and very, very, very specific things. So you have to get like oddly extremely specific for the AI art generation to operate correctly. And so you have to know how to use it. But I would say that it's not perfect, but it's at some point it's gonna get to a point where it's like, we're going to have some problems in the art community. It's going to get really bad, I think. I really do.
Yeah, and that's not even like beginning to delve into like all the legal issues that people with it. Like for example, earlier today I read this article about dated like late February of this year about this woman who used the AI program Midjourney to create the artwork for a comic that she was making. And say where she was trying to claim copyright on the whole work, like even with the AI things, but like the court ruled that even though the arrangement of the comic panels was like author made, or that it was like human work, like the artwork itself couldn't be considered human made because it was made by a program / algorithm, and she's trying to fight to get it like considered as author made, despite not being made by like her own talent but by a program.
Damn. Oh, that sucks. I have to. I have to say it is sad, and because the people who are not artists, the people who want to tell a story, like in their mind, they're just like, I want to tell a story, even if I'm not really doing the art myself and I'm cheating at it. At the end, like it's about the end result in their mind, and they're just like, this is still my story. These are my characters. You know, this should all be mine. It should rightfully be my work. And so from that perspective, yeah, that does suck. And that's not to also say, and that the panels aren't cool, you know, and it possibly doesn't not tell a good story. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, yeah. Yeah, I'd say that sucks. I feel bad, but
yeah.
Fuck around, find out, kiddos. That's the moral of the story.
And so it's kind of like,
I would say.
You go ahead, Jacob. You go ahead.
All right. Sorry, I've been so silent. I've just been listening.
No, you're all right. You're okay.
So for art, for me, like I am not very artistically talented. You know, I can draw decent. You know, I have a few good drawings here and there. You know, but I respect people who do art. You know, like they took their time and like effort to make this perfect drawing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Artificial art, you know, it I would say like for some of the designs they're decent, but like what Chris said, like artificial art could be like, what'd you say, Chris? It was lazy or something like that.
It just felt like like for some people they can feel like it just feels like it's lazy, or it's like a shortcut to get something made just by putting in a few words. I'd say like the better term for that.
Yeah.
I would say if you want to use AI like a few times, that'll be fine. But if you're doing AI like all the time, then what's the point of doing it if you're just going to have AI take care of it for you? Like that's why I like people who still do like hand drawn.
Yeah, because if you just exclusively use the AI, it doesn't really. At least, like if I was doing that, it wouldn't feel like I'm actually learning how to use a new style of.
I did it.
Do you want to know what I notice? Do you want to know what I notice about AI art compared to like an actual person's drawing? Even if the person's drawing, say like a kid's drawing, sucks, for some reason, I feel like the actual drawing has more life and energy than the AI version. There's something about AI art where it's like it's still flawed to a point where things are off, and it has this like lifelessness, you know, and so basically, if a kid draws something, in which something I love about Jaza's channel is like he'll go on Facebook and he will look at kids' art or like people who drew something as a kid and they're like, you know, showing it off and being like, I drew this when I was a kid. And he goes through and he redraws it in his own image for them as an artist. And it's really cool, right? But for some reason, it's kind of like, okay, so like the thumbnail, I'm going to point out this thumbnail again. Yeah, the one on the right, it's badass. And it does look cool. It's got cool lighting. But for some reason, the one on the left, it feels like there's more life in it. It's kind of like what I talked about with hand-drawn animation compared to 3D. in the early stages of production, you will notice in that the hand-drawn early production, the animation has more life to it, and then like early stages of 3D animation. Yes, end result is important. I understand that, but it's kind of like man, I've always loved just hand drawn in general. Hand drawn for me is, you know what, I would say hand drawn is my favorite art. Just plain hand drawn, and yeah, I don't know how to explain, man. I don't know how to go further with it. Yeah. So, Matt, what is your thoughts on this whole thing? Because I'm kind of running out of words and stuff. My brain is going, and yeah.
That was a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah, reference to last episode of Mike fucking goofed.
I did. I'm making up for that mistake.
I see where you're coming from though, because what you're talking about is how the left one it has more emotion in it.
Yeah, it looks like while it's not as good, in that you can feel the struggle. You can feel the effort.
Passion, the effort, the emotion, everything behind it. Right? It's just like, fuck it, I did it as a job.
Okay, I mean, look at the guy who does One Punch Man. Look at like the first stages of the manga. Right. The manga art is fucking horrible, but you still like it. There's like this life and energy and passion in it, man. I mean,
yeah, like even with the early work, yeah, like even if you look at Norris' early work, like even if you like that their later stuff gets better, like there's still always that charm to the early.
Yeah.
Say they have their quirk, their gimmick, or whatever it is that stands out as theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, you keep talking though. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, future Matt, can you put in like the thumbnail that Mike has been referring to?
Yeah, I could do a small request. He can do them sometimes.
Sorry if I'm sniffly. I'm trying to find something.
Future Matt.
No.
Future Matt, make me a sandwich in about 2 hours.
Make your own fucking sandwich.
Okay, so like I also want to show this.
You're the bitch in this situation.
This is an older picture, and I was just getting back into art, so I was a bit sloppy. But even though this is not as good as like the current piece I made for Armis, there is still like this passion that I had. Like, I mean, look at that pose, man. I was like, yeah, this guy's got power, right? And this guy is dark. He's mysterious, and you know, I was
like
passionate when I made.
Going on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just noticed that with the reflection lines on the pics. Like, this dude got some titties. Shit.
Oh, dude, like, oh man, drawing metal, dude, doing metal is hard. Oh my gosh, I'm getting better, but fuck, man, metal is a bitch. It's so hard to make him look shiny and metally.
I'm so sorry, Mike, but that's just what it looks like to me. He looks like
he's like, flash my nipples. But like, oh man.
Yeah, as any of our viewers know by now, Matt is the group pervert, so this is fine.
I'm second behind.
Just wait till April Fool's next year. Me and Mike got a nice special planned.
Oh,
whether we get banned or not is based on that special.
See, it's getting a little better. I mean, he's still got those pics going on, but
you call them pics? I call them double D's.
Double D's.
And we're not talking about the Ed boy.
I really wish they bring fucking Ed and Eddie back.
Dude, I grew up with that shit.
Billy and Mandy might be coming back.
Yeah, I saw that post how on Twitter how the creator wants it back ASAP.
Really?
They want a movie. Billy and Mandy's getting a movie.
Oh,
didn't they have a movie?
They're getting another movie.
Yeah, they did.
I was supposed to say,
I think they had a couple movies.
I know they had one movie, then they think they had a Christmas special that was a movie.
Big Boogie's Adventure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, and there was also Under Fist.
Okay.
And Billy and Mandy's Jacked Up Halloween.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
what I was thinking
awesome.
I have another piece of art which I just want to send an example
Man,
of. You know, it's
future
not
Mike.
it's not the best in the world, but you know, you can just see the life and the passion. And I'm trying to
Is it the
stall so I
orc
can find
boobs?
it. I'm trying to find it. There it is.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, and I'm
Oh
going.
Jesus, fuck
yeah,
you, Mike.
there you go. Yeah, I mean,
You
I
know,
mean,
Mike,
look at that.
I have a challenge for you. I want you to take it, that fucking hideous abomination you created, and make it into a well-drawn
turn it-
character.
Oh, dude, that would be great. Oh my god,
I want it by next episode, if
well,
possible.
Well, I gotta be in the mood, but it will get done. I promise.
We'll watch some
In
Tricky.
fact-
You'll be in a
in
great
fact, To make this more interesting, I'm not even gonna let you know when it's done. I'm just gonna pop out with it out of nowhere.
mood. I'd
no
like some
warnings,
warning first.
nothing.
I don't like surprises often.
No
Can
surprise.
you at least tell me it's done? Just don't present it. Say it's done.
No, well, that's the thing. I mean, it depends on what is done. Is it War versus Doomslayer? Is it this? Is it that? I mean, anything
Jokes on
could
you
be
guys.
done.
We're not even working on episode 8. We're working on episode 11.
Episode 11 is done.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, and something else I wanted to also briefly mention back with the AI thing is also like not just with the visual artwork, but also with writing. Like I'm assuming you guys have seen that video Markiplier made a while back where he just made that AI story creator, whatever it was called.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember. AI creator?
No, it was like an AI story writer, InfraKit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. Some of the funniest shit. And on the Distractable podcast, they also used it. It was fucking glorious. It was so good.
I sense a bonus.
Yep, I was thinking about, but I'm like, I don't want to steal.
Anything is fair
I
game
sense
unless it's under
bonus.
trademark and copyright.
Too bad.
Yeah, that like right now, just that technology like can just make some wild, funny shit because like it's not right at
It
the
is.
point of it's not fully at the point of being able to make like fully perfect written work, but there are like other programs out there that are trying to get there. Like there's Chat GPT, and then there's one that I've experimented with, and I believe I showed you this, Mike. The character.ai website.
Yeah.
I've seen Chat GPT do some shit, and it's kind of
Oh
terrifying.
my gosh. I was trying to make the Armus character on there and have a conversation with it, you know, just to see what it would say. And it didn't know if it wanted to be wholesome and humble or if it wanted to be the most depressed, angry, pissed off character ever. And it's kind of like, it's got the idea that it's bipolar, you know, he's a bipolar motherfucker. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know.
Bipolar motherfucker.
He is bipolar. Armus is bipolar, which when the comic does come out,
Motherfucker.
you guys will see that.
Do we also get the
He is a bipolar motherfucker.
And here's the other thing: he was changing his story, and I was like, "No, this is what happened." And he's like, "Yeah, that happened, but then this happened." And I was like, "No, that didn't happen."
Yeah, Mike, I feel like it kept doing that like for you just because like when you make a character in that program, you can only fill in so much
Oh
background
my
information
god.
that you want it to remember.
It was so funny though, because he was like, and then this happened, and I was like, well, it actually ended up like this, and he's like, yes, that happened, but then this happened.
And then Margaret came out of nowhere off the top rope.
Yeah, I put one of my own characters out there a while. Well, I put a couple of my characters out there, like, and for one of them, it invented like a bit of new lore for her, like that she was part of some of a South American country's military before becoming a superhero, and like that's not lore that I previously had, or that I just came up with that for me. But I liked that so much, I decided to just kind of make that part of her
Do it.
backstory because it would explain like how she knows how to fight and such.
Yeah, and it kind of gives you ideas, don't it? That's interesting.
Yeah, like I try to like come up with like scenarios like from the story and like ask the character like what they think about.
You know what? It's weird because there were moments where he was like talking about himself, and it got interesting. I was like, oh wow, yeah, and then all of a sudden he just went fucking off kilter with bullshit, and I was like, oh, no,
Mike broke it again.
I broke it again.
Not again.
But okay, you can continue. I'm sorry if I interrupted.
Mike.
Oh,
Go ahead.
boy.
Yeah, all I was gonna say was that like I only use that as just like if on information I already came up with myself for that character's backstory. Like I didn't like have it like that if you're using it as an assistive tool to add on stuff you already have.
Oh.
Chris, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. It got so quiet. I was like, did we lose him?
Oh no, we lost Chris.
No, Chris, no.
You were like talking on my end. You were talking, and you were like, "Well," and then, and I was like, "Chris."
But yeah, so just so I don't repeat myself, I'll just try and make this short. I just said it's great as an assistive tool if you have predetermined information beforehand, and you can only get so far if you're having that such a program like character.ai just make up something from scratch.
You know, I might need to get a hold of this program and do some work because I have a very certain character I need to redo for Mikey Moo. And then I also have another character that needs redone and another character that needs redone, and then I need to make Darren.
I get the sneaking suspicion that you're very grudgeful about that.
It's the fact you keep bringing it up, you son of a bitch. If you were to drop it, it would be a different story.
Hey. What better scenario? And then Chris, you know, the most handsome man alive, returning. And then we're talking about art. And the last time he was here, I had to draw a character for you. And then it's like, there it is. It's a good example.
Then he's like, that's not handsome enough.
Like,
Yeah, one episode I'm back and Barbara makes her grand return here too.
Oh, yes. Good old Margaret Baba Busha.
Babushka? Sir, if you're going to butcher my own character, butcher it right.
It's Baba Busha.
It's Bushka.
Margaret.
There's a K in there.
There is.
I'm pretty sure there's a K in there.
I thought it was Baba Busha.
Roll the tape.
Baba Booey.
Interesting.
I'm not rolling the tape. I'm searching
You know
for that.
what? I'm gonna look at that too, and I'm gonna be like, take this, motherfucker.
Guess
This is
what?
I said.
That's the clip for this episode.
Yep. I will find it for you, and I will send it to you.
No, that's gonna be the promo clip.
And I will not edit it in any way to make myself right. I won't, because I think I'm right anyway. So, yeah. You know my editing skills are legendary.
Mine are potato quality. That's
You
why I do it
know
on
the
a
skills
potato.
I have, which I cannot define.
Mike, have you ever noticed why the editing is trash? Because I actually record on a potato, but I edit on a lemon.
I edit on a
Edit on
plain,
a lemon.
simple slice of pepperoni.
See, I
That's
tried
why-
doing that
Oh.
before, but I cooked the pepperoni while editing, and it wasn't very good.
Well, I burnt mine,
See, that's
and
your
then I
problem.
made Ridley versus Vilgax with it. And so, bam! I just did a DX thing. Suck it!
And now he's on the next episode. Now he has 4 slices of pepperoni this time. You thought
Oh
Ed.
yeah, 4 times the editing capability.
Okay, and Jacob, did you have
Baba
any?
Booey.
What the fuck?
I have any what?
I was gonna say, Jacob, did you ever like try using like any of those like tools like the character AI thing or some kind of writing thing like just for fun?
Probably once for like pictures, but I didn't really get into it that much. And what I tried to do didn't really come out the way I wanted it to, you know. So I just I just stopped using it and just started drawing regularly.
What kind of pictures?
But stuff that we'll save for another time.
Is it that bad New Zealand porn?
Oh God, not this again.
Maybe.
Everybody doesn't even know what we're talking about, but we need to tell that story.
That
sometime.
is a
That was
weird.
so great.
That is a weird about everything secret.
Yeah, for different.
Behind the scenes. Oh my goodness.
I'm sure that would work for another bonus, you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
We have a lot of groupies.
We do?
Yes,
Who?
people.
If so, the better start commenting so we can get this shit out here. Bastards.
I just love Jacob's response. Yes. Just the way he said yes was so glorious. Yes.
Bitch.
Anyone else have any further thoughts on the AI art / tools? Because I am about out at this point.
They'll destroy us all.
Okay, so
Jesus.
to kind of transition before anybody has any potential things to add to this artificial intelligence discussion, I would like to know, what are your guys' experience overall with just art? Is there anything that you want to share? And since we're on the topic of art, is there anything that you want to share in general? I mean, I've shared enough. I'm not going to show anymore. So,
That's to some people that isn't art.
yes.
Boobies.
That's not art.
Unless it's on a calculator.
Could be.
Jacob,
I-
we're not getting into the next episode that I host anytime soon. That will be an episode.
I think you guys are gonna like the episode I'm gonna host next.
It's about music. Can we finally talk about music so I can just corrupt the entirety of the audience with my
time.
stupid shit
That's
I
not gonna be.
have?
That's not gonna be the.
Can I sing my heart out
No.
with my beautiful singing voice?
Are you gonna sing "Build a Snowman"?
You want to build a
No. No. I actually thought about singing a song about how my friend Todd got me sick, and I'm going to title the song "I Blame Todd" or "This Is Todd's Fault"
I would call it the
or
Todd
something
song.
like that.
I'm just
the
gonna
Todd
cover
song.
some Disney songs.
Oh, I don't feel it being copyright strike to oblivion.
I am going to suck in that episode. I'm going to suck.
Guess what?
So
You
hard.
can't get copyright strikes just for singing the lyrics.
You can. Because that's also copyrighted.
But what if you're singing it in gibberish?
Yeah, we're only singing in Simlish, Mike.
Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that what music is today?
No.
Lady Gaga?
No.
Stuff?
Lady Gaga
No.
got some shit.
Shut
some
the
good
fuck
stuff.
up,
No, I'm just saying that a lot of the music I hear anymore, I can't barely understand.
Mike.
Because
Mike.
it's just
Mike.
microphone.
Mike. Take that back.
Modern
No.
music is trash.
I am old school.
Take
I
it
have
back.
I have old blood flowing through my veins, and I think
All
new
right.
music sucks most of the time.
Mike, we all know what your favorite song is. I introduced it to you about a year ago.
I'm just a say so.
You're a say so,
Oh.
yes.
Ah, interesting.
You
Interesting.
know you love that song. Fucking beat.
I like the song. I wouldn't say. You know what's weird is okay. We need to save this for the episode.
There is
Okay,
no
let's
episode.
stop, let's
That's the
stop.
next episode.
No, it's not the next
Yes,
The
it is.
subscribers be previews of the next episode.
Mike's tasted music
Next
against Matt's.
time on We're About Everything.
Mine's just instrumental stuff, so I'm probably gonna lose just due to popularity.
No,
to
I'm
horrible
probably gonna
music.
lose
I listen to a lot of covers.
But I do listen to some rock and stuff like that, especially like Disturbed kind of music here and there, and just I listen to some techno, especially because of my buddy GG. I love his style of techno. It's so badass and awesome.
Mike GG.
Yeah, Mike and GG. That was nice. That wasn't too bad. But yeah, so I have nothing else to further add myself about this artificial intelligence thing at all.
You know what? I just had an idea. What about AI generated music?
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
It is, and some of it ain't good.
Anything could be
Say
a thing,
what?
brother. Say what?
I can be
Say
very
what?
controversial thanks to Jacob saying that, but I won't.
But should we save it for
Say.
the music episode, or
No,
should we
Jacob,
talk
because
about
I'm
it?
not
Say it,
transphobic.
Say it.
No.
Say
I'm
it.
down if you guys are down to talk about it because this is new to me.
I honestly don't know shit about AI generated music.
Say what the fuck?
I just know that it exists and some of it ain't good. There's also AI generated videos on YouTube.
Oh God! Ugh.
Yeah. Look.
Oh, I can only imagine.
I really hope we don't get an AI generated Let's Play. I hope to God.
Mike,
we
have you
never get
watched my
something like that.
content? That's all it is.
AI
Hi,
generated
I'm
porn.
Mike G.
Let's
And
see.
welcome
There's a
to
AI ran VTuber now.
Dark Siders Ops 3.
Yeah, AI generated Let's Play would sound like, welcome, hello, YouTube.
Mike.
And they get the names of the games mixed up. They're like, welcome to Dead Black Ops 4 Space.
Yeah, that's
But no, Mike, there's AI generated music. There's I think there's a couple of AI VTubers now, actually.
I need to look this shit up because I'm so curious now. I hope to. Oh
What
my
am I?
God.
I'm so sorry, Chris. I don't know what I caused.
I mean, we all go off topic every episode, so it's fine.
Oh,
Chris, you have the power. You have the power to end this.
I have the power.
Do you guys just want to talk about anything in general? Anything in general you guys just want to talk about?
I want to talk about my love for
Pussy.
VTubers I apparently have.
Okay, go on.
Pussy.
Excuse you, Jacob?
What? The fuck you say, Jacob?
I thought
There it is, pussy.
I was like, I think he said what I thought. he
Oh
was
my
gonna.
fucking.
I want to talk about pussy.
Oh my god. I'm so
Today
sorry,
we're gonna
everybody.
today, class, we're going to be talking about the vagina, and what you see right here,
No.
and
Oh my god.
Matt knows his way around this.
And
Matt
Yes,
was
I'm a
just-
full-time motherfucker for a reason. Mike thinks that's a joke. That's actually serious.
It's not. Yeah, I think he's very serious, you guys. Very serial or serious.
Cereal? I like cereal.
He's the three-time motherfucking champion.
There you go, Jacob. Yeah.
yes, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And coming down to the ring,
And
a former.
motherfucking
Let's
champion.
see if I can like get Mike sent that.
Well, I think we just discovered AI generated Matt.
It
Yeah,
just
let's
sounds
see.
like me sucking dick the entire time.
Let's see. We have future Matt. We have AI generated Matt who just goes, do that.
So, potatoes.
Okay, let's talk about potatoes. What about potatoes?
What's your favorite kind of potato, Mike?
Anything new about potatoes?
What's your favorite
my
kind of
favorite potato. My favorite kind of tater. You know, I really like those little potatoes. They're kind of purple on the outside. I don't know the exact name of them. They're amazing when you bake them. You put a little bacon grease on them in the oven.
What?
A little salt. Yeah. Oven baked little potatoes. You just take a little bacon grease and you brush it on the skin of the potato. Yeah, it's awesome. It makes like the best baked potatoes, and they're like they're like real small potatoes. They're delicious.
Hot potato, hot potato.
Hot potato,
Hot potato, hot potato. Potato, potato, potato.
I think
Right,
I think Chris is beside himself.
I think now would be a good point to
in this office. I agree, my friend.
I tried to make it interesting. I'm sorry.
but
Shut your
probably
ass.
a potato episode in the future.
The potato episode.
Whoever's gonna host that, have fun.
Yay!
Line.
You're always welcome, Chris.
Well, either way, I had fun. It was nice talking to you guys for this one.
Mm-hmm.
We love having you, buddy. Thank you for joining
Say it
us.
was a grand time compared to the last time when Mike made a fool of me for the entire fucking episode.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're a fool in general.
Yeah, no shit.
Damn.
Shut the fuck up. You little shit.
All right, I'm Chris, and I'm joined by Mike, Jacob, and Matt, and we are about everything.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Damn right we are. Bye.